is Oracle Arena, Oakland, California, where the Warriors take their home floor. Let's check out Chicago's starting lineup. D. Rose and Jimmy Butler, the backcourt. Inside at the 4 and 5 are Gasol and Noah. And it's Dunleavy in the small forward position. And Thompson kicks to Curry. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Some solid defense from Rose.
Steph Curry last season was 7th in scoring and 3rd in total assists in the NBA. He had the 4th most three-pointers over a season in NBA history, a year after he had set the NBA three-point season record. Not too bad for Steph Curry.
So the Chicago Bulls able to put up the first points on the board. Thompson passes to Iguodala. Butler on the way. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
Well, a tough shooting slump for Jimmy Butler's last season. Some injuries took him out of rhythm. He was asked to play a bigger role offensively after Luol Deng was traded. Still, he's become one of the premier defensive players in the league.
And Jimmy Butler, a fan favorite in Chicago, taken with the 30th pick, Clark, back in 2011. And he really is a tenacious defender.
Yeah, he's a tough-minded, scrappy player. I mean, you hear about his tough upbringing. It's easy to see why he approaches the game with that fearlessness and determination that he plays with.
Rose kicks to Butler. Here's Gasol with the teardrop. And the layup is up and in.
And you got to have perfect timing to knock down that teardrop.
Curry dishes to Bogut. And count the basket. He was fouled, and he's going to the line for one more.
Outstanding job there to absorb the contact and guide it in.
That's how you impose your will against the defender. He came to play.
Now here's Rose. Butler on the way. And he makes good on the layup. Butler's got 5 points so far.
Boy, nice work inside. Tough to get that shot over a big defender like that.
Oh, that takes skill and creativity, Steve, particularly on the release to make sure he doesn't get a hand on it.
Good. He's got 5. The Bulls have gotten their first 3 shots to go in for him to start off this game.
Chicago really struggled scoring points without Derrick Rose, and that's understandable last year. And against the West, it was even more difficult.
Here's Curry, following the score by Derrick Rose. Thompson outside, pulls up. Chicago grabs the miss. 1:52 left in the first quarter. Pass to Gasol. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
Pau Gasol over the last few seasons dealing with a number of lower body injuries. Knee tendonitis, plantar fasciitis, groin, toe. I tell you, Kobe had suggested to him to try to really slim down to lessen the pressure on his joints.
Catching up on the changes for Golden State. Spates checked in for Bogut. Lee comes in for Green. Barnes, he's checked in for Andre Iguodala. And it's Livingston in for Klay Thompson. Lee passes to Spates. They get it back. Now here's Barnes. In low to Spates. And it's out of bounds. The Warriors able to retain possession here. And Pau never really the burly type, but for 7-footers, getting as light as possible can really reduce the pounding on those joints.
Yeah, it does. They say every 5 pounds takes some significant wear and tear off your joints. And we've certainly seen that be effective for Tim Duncan. He's leaned up considerably, and Powell able to play both power forward and center. I think the lighter weight will serve him well.
Butler attacking. Can't hit from in close.
If they could end every possession with that shot, they'd be happy. 9 times out of 10, that's an easy layup for them.
Livingston kicks to Barnes. Pass to Livingston. Baseline jumper. It's rebounded by Noah. The Bulls leading by 3. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Here's Rose. Noah with a screen for Rose. And the officials will call the illegal screen right there.
Well, an illegal screen is one of the toughest calls for the official to make.
You know, I agree with you. You've got to have some sympathy for the referees when they have to make calls like that, but they get paid well, and they're the best in the business, so they can handle it.
Well, up to this point, a closely contested game as we start the second quarter. And taking a look at Chicago's performance here, Clark and Steve, what have they been doing or not doing?
Just the start they wanted to this game. Solid offense. They got good ball movement. They established a nice rhythm.
Yeah, not stagnant at all. Free-flowing and fluid at the offensive end.
Steph, Clay, and Dre on the perimeter. Down low, it's Green and Bogut. So that's the group out there for Golden State.
The second he got around the pick and shook his man, it was straight to the bucket for the easy deuce. Very, very well done. One of the oldest plays in basketball made that dunk possible.
That's right, a terrific screen right there, Steve. Allowed him to lose his man and rock it to the rim.
Well, don't you love to see players working together in that fundamental play? Fun to watch.
From the sideline, let's catch up with Doris Burke.
Yes, Kevin, the Bulls, known for their hard-nosed style of play, something Coach Tom Thibodeau calls, quote, Chicago tough. Center Joakim Noah said, I don't think our style would work everywhere. It represents our city. Our whole thing is playing with more of an edge than the other team. He added, we aren't scared of anybody. Guys?
They don't back down. Thanks, Doris. Brooks kicks to Mirotic. Muhammad with a screen on Iguodala. Here's Mirotic. And he finishes nicely on the layup. Mirotic has got the lead up to 5 now for Chicago. And the Warriors decide to take their first time out here. Some changes for Golden State. Spates checked in for Bogut. McAdoo comes in for Green. And it's Barnes in for Andre Iguodala. Mirotic, Clark, the first ever 2-time winner of the EuroLeague Rising Star Award. Certainly one of the most accomplished European prospects to enter the NBA in quite some time.
And you know, Kevin, his game has been compared to Dirk Nowitzki or Danilo Gallinari, and both of those guys are pretty versatile, high-quality, highly skilled players. So Mirotic, a stretch power forward with really good intangibles, too.
Here's Gibson. Takes it into the teeth of the D and converts the layup. Gibson's got his first points of the game. Curry kicks to Spates. They set the pick. Fader on the way. And he gets it to go.
Still trailing, but their offense is off life support here in the second quarter. It's got a pulse.
Yeah, they're making some shots now. Clark finally starting to make up some ground.
The drive by Brooks. Now here is Mirotic, covered by Barnes. Mirotic gets the bucket. Mirotic has got 6 points in the quarter. Curry against Brooks. Curry dishes to Thompson. And for those of you just joining us in the second quarter with about 3 minutes gone by.
Now the shots are starting to fall a little bit more than they did in the first quarter.
Yeah, they say it's not how you drive, it's how you arrive in golf. Well, a shaky start can be overcome because now they're starting to heat up.
And the first timeout of the game called for Chicago. Some changes for Golden State. Barbosa comes in for Thompson. And it's Livingston in for Steph Curry. So Chicago going with an almost entirely new group here. Joakim Noah, he's checked in for Muhammad. Gasol comes in for Taj Gibson. Jimmy Butler, he's checked in for Kirk Hinrich. And it's Rose in for Brooks.
And that's 10 straight points in the paint. I mean, defensively, the wind has just been knocked out of their sails.
Need to get more bodies committed down low.
It's tipped. Barnes passes to Spates. Goes straight through the defender for the dunk. Draws the foul. He'll go to the line. They get Paul Gasol. Stupendous rush to the rim and a mighty slam on the end of it.
But through the teeth of some pretty soft D, I can't help but say that.
Well, let's see how that impacts things here, because those kinds of plays sometimes can be game changers on both sides.
Rose kicks to Butler. Here's Noah. And the powerful one-handed slam.
Carving out some space and eating a little glass at the offensive end while he's doing it.
You got it with a ferocious follow.
Yeah, but just another day at the office for him. That's what he does.
And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
Well, when Harrison Barnes first stepped onto the scene, it was in the middle of the Warriors' 2013 playoff run. But he didn't exactly build upon that streak as people were hoping for last year. The playing time just wasn't there.
David Lee's checked in for McAdoo. Rose kicks to Butler. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
And I remember that run for Barnes. He would play as a stretch 4 and looked unguardable at times in their series against the Nuggets and then the Spurs. Definitely was hoping for more of that this past season.
Green, he's checked in for the Warriors. You know, for Barnes, it was an awkward place for him to be, and they brought in Iguodala, and he was moved to the bench. A lot of people thought that that'd be a boon for him, as he would be more focused on the offensive side of things with that second unit in particular and could really thrive.
Yeah, and the change in role and adjusting to being the first option with the second unit, I think was overwhelming for him. And You know, I think you have to remember Barnes is still a very young player, a lot of room for growth, very talented, very skilled, and he's going to get a lot better.
Right side Rose.